Welcome back. I'm Becky Bishotti, Fit and Healthy with Becky and Butts by Becky on Instagram. I have a personal training workout for you that is beneficial for those of you with sore or maybe not knees that get along with you. So we're going to make a bad knee workout for you today. Exercise, and it's for all of you, but focuses on those who have sore knees or maybe joints that don't want to play along with your fitness routine. So believe it or not, squats are still good for you. They're very good for you, even with bad knees. Now what you want to do is do one squat. Now take a look. Do your knees go toward the center or do they push out? Now that's one thing to keep in mind. If your knees are pushing out or abducting, you're going to need to stretch your calves and your glutes. So when you do that, you also focus on your form, put your weight way behind you, and make sure you keep those knees in line to protect them. Now, if your knees go in or adduct, you're going to stretch the inner thigh and your hip joints. So we have a whole bunch of exercises today that follow that idea, and squats are the very first one. Make sure they're correct, make sure your knees and toes are in line, and your weight is in your heels, almost to where you're gonna feel like you're gonna tip back and you have room to wiggle your toes. Squats are number one. Number two, so one big major factor is strengthening and stretching your calves. So strengthening, basic calf raises with both feet. If you need a wall for support, then you're gonna go on to calf raises with one leg, and then of course the other leg. So in order to stretch these, there's some very simple ideas. One is to find a flat surface or a wall. Step your toes up to that wall. Keeping that leg straight, push your hip forward. As soon as your hip goes forward, your calf is going to stretch. These are going to help protect your knee joints. So then we're going to come back down to the mat, and we're going to do a quad stretch where you don't have to stand and balance, and you don't have to count on that knee that's not feeling secure yet. Take your top leg, foot in hand, and pull back. So this is going to stretch the front of your leg, your thigh, your quadricep, pulling and stretching. You can do this on both sides, and I would do 3 or 4 times, 20 seconds each. Make sure you feel that muscle loosen up. And then we have all the way back, a hip raise and hold. So now we're strengthening these glutes. These being stronger help to protect your knees as well. So when you do things like squats and lunges, they are safe and they're effective. So you can do this and hold it 3 or 4 times, 20 seconds each. As you progress, you'll feel the muscle tighten through the back of your legs, your hamstrings, and your glutes. And then once you feel that you've been very good at these, you're going to switch it to a single leg, and you're just going to press, lift, and lower single leg hip raises. So from there, a really great stretch to help keep those knees safe is back, and it's a reverse pigeon. You're crossing one ankle over the opposite knee, lifting that leg, one arm feeds between and one on the outside, and you pull those legs in, relaxing your head, your neck, your shoulders back down to the mat, and the stretch happens on the outer hip here. There should be no question where that's stretching, and then raise that outside leg straight, and it adds an additional calf stretch for this one. And make sure you get both sides 3 or 4 times, 20 seconds each. Stretch, stretch. Now if you struggle with this from the start, you can have a partner help and push from your heel toward you until you feel it's too much. You let them know, and then you hold that. Now a very basic legs out straight, reaching straight up and folding in 2. Now your concept is not to reach as far as you can with your hands, but to lower your chest down to your lap. So that gets the back of your legs and all that tension released. And you're gonna hold. So it doesn't matter if you're starting at this point or all the way down. You're gonna hold it 20 seconds, 3 or 4 times with a break in the middle, straight and neutral spine. So far, so good. Now we're gonna take it all the way up and a balance act, but still strengthening. A single leg deadlift, You can do this with weight or you can do this without. You're gonna take one leg behind you and 2 hands to the floor and pivot only in the hip joint. So all the movement happens here. If you're not there yet, you can go straight out front and down, or all the way down and there. So on each side, I would do 10 counts on each side and do each side 2 times. So all of these are very beneficial, as well as a lunge. So if you have good stability here, your toes all point straight ahead, your knees point straight ahead, you're gonna drop that back knee down and up. And as you do so, you're strengthening here and you're stretching here. So you're getting a double impact and your knees will be happy for all of it. Good luck.